In a world where chaos seems to reign supreme, where stress clings to us like a stubborn shadow, and where the weight of attachments can feel like chains holding us back, there lies a path to freedom. Welcome to Wisdom Woven, where we unravel the mysteries of the mind and explore the profound teachings of Buddhism. Have you ever felt like something was holding you back, preventing you from truly experiencing life's beauty? Maybe it's a relationship, a possession, or even an idea that has become so ingrained in your mind that you can't imagine letting go. Well, you're not alone. Picture this. You're holding onto a helium balloon, its vibrant colors dancing in the sunlight as it floats effortlessly into the sky. Now, imagine that balloon is your attachment, and the string tethering it to your hand is your grip on that attachment. The tighter you hold on, the more it weighs you down, keeping you anchored to the ground while the balloon soars out of reach. But what if you could release that grip, allowing the balloon to drift away freely? That's the essence of letting go. In this video series, we embark on a journey to discover the art of letting go of attachments, drawing inspiration from the profound wisdom of Buddhism. But this isn't just another lecture on philosophy. It's a practical guide filled with actionable steps to help you break free from the shackles of attachment and live a more fulfilling life. Whether you're struggling with letting go of material possessions, relationships, or even your own thoughts and emotions, we've got you covered. Throughout this series, we'll explore the root causes of attachment, delve into the core teachings of Buddhism, and uncover powerful techniques for cultivating mindfulness, compassion, and inner peace. But perhaps most importantly, we'll learn how to apply these teachings to our everyday lives, transforming our struggles into opportunities for growth and self-discovery. So, if you're ready to let go of what no longer serves you, to release the burdens weighing heavy on your heart, and to embrace a life of freedom and joy, then join us on this journey. Together, we'll unlock the secrets of the mind, unravel the mysteries of attachment, and discover the true meaning of liberation. Welcome to Wisdom Woven, where every like brings us one step closer to enlightenment.
Lesson 1. Understanding attachment. In the hustle and bustle of life, have you ever stopped to ponder what it means to be attached? Imagine this. You buy a brand new phone, the latest model that everyone's raving about. You hold it in your hands, feeling that rush of excitement. It's shiny, sleek, and promises to make your life easier. But what happens when it gets scratched or outdated? Suddenly, that excitement fades, replaced by a sense of disappointment or even anxiety. That's attachment in action. It's when we cling to things, people, or ideas, believing they'll bring us lasting happiness and security. But here's the kicker. Attachment is like holding onto a hot coal, hoping it won't burn you. In Buddhism, attachment, or upadana, is seen as one of the primary causes of suffering. It's the root of our cravings, desires, and ultimately, our dissatisfaction with life. So, if attachment leads to suffering, how can we break free from its grasp? That's what we're diving into today. Now, picture this. You're at the beach, standing at the shoreline, watching the waves crash against the sand. You pick up a seashell, admiring its intricate patterns and smooth surface. But as you hold it, you know it's not yours to keep. You appreciate its beauty in that moment, then gently let it return to the sea. That's the essence of non-attachment, a concept central to Buddhist teachings. Think about a time when you've held onto something too tightly, maybe a relationship, a job, or an ideal. Did it bring you lasting happiness, or did it eventually leave you feeling drained or disappointed? Attachment blinds us to the reality of impermanence. It tricks us into believing that if we just hold on tight enough, we can control the uncontrollable. But the truth is, everything in life is subject to change. Now, let's take a step back and explore the psychology behind attachment. From a young age, we form attachments to our caregivers, seeking safety and security. As we grow older, these attachments extend to objects, experiences, and even our sense of identity. We become attached to our possessions, our achievements, and the roles we play in society. But here's the paradox. The more we cling to these external sources of validation, the more we suffer when they inevitably slip away. So, what's the antidote to attachment? It starts with awareness, recognizing when we're caught in its grip and choosing to let go. But letting go doesn't mean we stop caring or become indifferent to the world around us. It means we cultivate a sense of inner freedom where our happiness isn't dependent on external conditions. In the next part of this series, we'll delve deeper into the roots of attachment in Buddhist philosophy. We'll explore how our misconceptions about self and reality fuel our cravings and desires. But for now, take a moment to reflect on your own attachments. What are you holding on to tightly? And how might loosening your grip bring you greater peace and contentment?
Lesson 2: The Roots of Attachment in Buddhist Philosophy. Attachment is like a knot that ties us to the things we desire. But have you ever wondered why we cling so tightly to these desires? Enter Buddhism, a philosophy that delves deep into the human condition and offers profound insights into the nature of attachment. Picture this: you're holding on to a balloon. It's colorful, it's shiny, and it brings you joy. But what happens when that balloon pops? Suddenly, your joy turns into disappointment. This simple analogy illustrates the essence of attachment, our tendency to latch onto things that bring us pleasure, only to suffer when they inevitably change or disappear. In Buddhism, attachment is seen as one of the primary causes of suffering. But why do we become attached in the first place? According to Buddhist philosophy, the root of attachment lies in our fundamental misunderstanding of reality. We perceive the world through the lens of our desires and cravings, mistaking impermanent phenomena for lasting sources of happiness. Imagine walking through a lush forest. Everywhere you look, there are trees, flowers, and streams. But if you stop to examine any of these elements closely, you'll realize that they are in a constant state of flux. Leaves wither and fall, flowers bloom and fade, and streams flow and dry up. This constant change is the essence of impermanence, a central tenet of Buddhist thought. Buddhism teaches us that attachment arises from our failure to accept impermanence. Instead of embracing the transient nature of existence, we cling to things that we believe will bring us lasting happiness. We become attached to material possessions, relationships, and even our own identities, mistakenly believing that they define who we are. But the truth is, attachment only leads to suffering. When we become attached to something, we invest our happiness in its existence. And when that thing changes or disappears, as all things inevitably do, we experience pain and distress. So how can we break free from the cycle of attachment and suffering? Buddhism offers a path forward through the practice of mindfulness. By cultivating awareness of our thoughts, emotions, and sensations in the present moment, we can begin to see through the illusion of attachment and recognize the impermanent nature of reality. In the next part, we'll explore the practical implications of Buddhist philosophy for overcoming attachment and finding true inner peace. But for now, take a moment to reflect on your own attachments. What are you holding on to tightly, and how is it affecting your happiness? Join us as we journey deeper into the heart of Buddhist wisdom and discover the keys to letting go of attachments once and for all. Lesson 3: The Four Noble Truths and Attachment. In the journey of understanding how to let go of attachments, it's essential to delve into the teachings of Buddhism, particularly the Four Noble Truths. These truths are not just ancient philosophies. They are practical guides to navigate the complexities of human existence. Let's explore how they intersect with the concept of attachment and offer profound insights into our lives. Imagine this. Have you ever found yourself desperately holding on to something? A person, a possession, or an idea, only to feel immense suffering when it slips away? This clinging, this attachment, lies at the heart of human suffering, according to the Buddha. Now, let's unravel the Four Noble Truths, the foundational teachings of Buddhism. First, there is the truth of suffering, dukkha. Life is inherently marked by suffering, whether it's physical pain, emotional turmoil, or the existential angst of impermanence. But here's the catch. Suffering isn't inevitable. It arises from our attachments. The second truth is the origin of suffering, samadaya. It points to craving and desire as the root cause of our attachments. We cling to things because we believe they will bring us happiness, security, or identity. But this craving only perpetuates our suffering, trapping us in an endless cycle of desire and dissatisfaction. Now, let's shift our focus to the third truth, the cessation of suffering, nirodha. The good news is that it's possible to break free from this cycle of attachment and suffering. By letting go of our cravings and desires, we can experience liberation and inner peace. But how do we achieve this? Enter the fourth truth, the path to the cessation of suffering, magga. This path, known as the Noble Eightfold Path, offers a comprehensive framework for leading a life free from attachment and suffering. It includes practices such as right understanding, right intention, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. But here's the thing. The path isn't a one-size-fits-all solution. It requires introspection, discipline, and a willingness to challenge our deeply ingrained habits and beliefs. It's a journey of self-discovery and transformation, but the rewards are profound. Freedom from suffering and a deeper sense of inner peace and contentment. So, why should you care about the Four Noble Truths and their teachings on attachment? Because they offer a roadmap to liberation, a way out of the cycle of suffering and dissatisfaction that plagues so many of us. By understanding the nature of attachment and applying the principles of the Four Noble Truths in our lives, we can cultivate greater happiness, resilience, and fulfillment. In the upcoming parts of this video series, we'll delve deeper into the practical applications of these teachings, exploring how mindfulness, meditation, and compassion can help us let go of attachments and live more fully in the present moment. So stay tuned, and let's embark on this transformative journey together. Lesson 4: Practices for Letting Go Mindfulness. Imagine a river gently flowing, carrying leaves and debris along its currents. In the same way, our minds are constantly flowing, often cluttered with thoughts, worries, and attachments. But what if we could learn to observe this flow without getting caught up in it? That's where mindfulness comes in, a powerful practice that can help us let go of attachments and find peace in the present moment. Think about a time when you were completely absorbed in a task. Maybe it was painting, gardening, or even just taking a walk in nature. In those moments, you weren't thinking about the past or worrying about the future. You were fully present, immersed in the experience. That's mindfulness in action, being aware of our thoughts, feelings, and sensations without judgment or attachment. Mindfulness teaches us to observe our thoughts and emotions with curiosity and kindness. Instead of trying to push away unpleasant feelings or cling to pleasant ones, we learn to accept them as they are, recognizing that everything is impermanent. This awareness helps us break free from the cycle of attachment and suffering. One simple yet powerful mindfulness practice is mindful breathing. Take a moment to focus on your breath. Feel the sensation of air entering and leaving your nostrils, the rise and fall of your chest. Notice how your mind may wander, but gently bring it back to your breath each time. This practice helps anchor us in the present moment, calming the mind and fostering a sense of inner peace. Another way to cultivate mindfulness is through mindful eating. How often do we rush through meals, barely tasting or savoring each bite? Next time you eat, try slowing down and paying attention to the colors, textures, and flavors of your food. Notice the sensations as you chew and swallow. Eating mindfully not only nourishes the body but also nurtures the soul, helping us appreciate the simple joys of life. Mindfulness isn't just about sitting still or focusing on the breath. It can be integrated into every aspect of our lives. Whether we're washing dishes, walking the dog, or driving to work, we can practice mindfulness by bringing our full attention to the present moment. This cultivates a deep sense of awareness and aliveness, allowing us to let go of distractions and connect more deeply with ourselves and others. As we practice mindfulness, we become more attuned to our inner workings, the patterns of our thoughts, the habits of our minds. We start to notice the moments when attachment arises, the desire for pleasure, the fear of loss, the craving for more. Instead of getting swept away by these emotions, we can simply observe them with compassion and curiosity, knowing that they too shall pass. Mindfulness isn't about getting rid of attachments altogether. It's about developing a healthier relationship with them. Rather than being controlled by our desires and aversions, we learn to relate to them with awareness and wisdom. This empowers us to make conscious choices rather than acting on autopilot, leading to greater freedom and fulfillment in our lives. In the hustle and bustle of modern life, it's easy to get lost in the endless stream of distractions and obligations. But mindfulness offers us a refuge, a sanctuary within ourselves where we can find peace amidst the chaos. By practicing mindfulness regularly, we can train our minds to let go of attachments and embrace each moment with clarity and presence. So, take a deep breath and join us on this journey of self-discovery and transformation. Together, let's explore the power of mindfulness to help us let go of attachments and live more fully in the here and now. Remember, the path to liberation begins with a single step, one mindful breath, one mindful moment at a time. Lesson 5: Practices for Letting Go Meditation. In this transformative part of our journey towards letting go of attachments, we delve into the serene world of meditation. Imagine a place where the chaos of your mind finds peace, where every breath becomes a pathway to liberation. This is the power of meditation, a practice deeply rooted in ancient wisdom, yet profoundly relevant in our modern lives. Close your eyes for a moment. Picture yourself sitting in a quiet room, surrounded by the gentle embrace of stillness. As you focus on your breath, notice how your thoughts begin to settle like autumn leaves drifting to the ground. This is the essence of meditation, a journey inward to discover the vastness of your own being. Meditation isn't about emptying the mind or forcing thoughts to disappear. Instead, it's a gentle invitation to observe without judgment, to become aware of the constant stream of thoughts and emotions flowing through your consciousness. By cultivating this awareness, you gain the power to choose how you respond to life's challenges. One of the most accessible forms of meditation is mindfulness meditation. It involves bringing your full attention to the present moment, noticing sensations in your body, sounds in your environment, and the thoughts passing through your mind like clouds in the sky. Through consistent practice, you learn to anchor yourself in the here and now, breaking free from the grip of past regrets and future worries. Another powerful meditation practice is loving-kindness meditation. As you sit in quiet contemplation, you extend heartfelt wishes of happiness, peace, and well-being to yourself and others. This practice not only cultivates compassion, but also helps dissolve the barriers of separateness that fuel attachment and suffering. Imagine each moment of meditation as a step towards liberation, a gentle unraveling of the knots that bind you to the transient pleasures and pains of life. Through regular practice, you cultivate a deep sense of inner peace and equanimity, no longer swayed by the winds of external circumstances. In the stillness of meditation, you discover an unshakable refuge within yourself, a sanctuary where you can rest amidst the turbulence of life's storms. It's here, in the sacred space of your own heart, that you find the courage to let go of attachments and embrace the ever-changing flow of existence. So, as you embark on your meditation journey, remember to approach it with an open heart and a curious mind. Be patient with yourself, knowing that each moment of presence is a precious gift. And above all, trust in the transformative power of meditation to guide you towards greater peace, clarity, and freedom. Lesson 6: Practices for Letting Go, Compassion and Loving Kindness. In this segment, we delve into the heart of Buddhist practice, compassion and loving kindness. Imagine a world where everyone treated each other with genuine care and kindness. What if you could cultivate these qualities within yourself and spread them to others? Think about a time when someone showed you unexpected kindness. Maybe it was a stranger who held the door for you, or a friend who listened to your troubles without judgment? How did it make you feel? Compassion and loving kindness have the power to transform not only our own lives but also the world around us. Welcome to Wisdom Woven, where we explore ancient wisdom for modern living. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel for more insightful content. Now, let's journey into the realm of compassion and loving kindness. These practices are not just about being nice to others. They're about cultivating a deep sense of empathy and connection. When we truly understand and appreciate the interconnectedness of all beings, we naturally want to alleviate suffering and promote happiness. Imagine yourself extending a warm embrace to all living beings, including yourself. This is the essence of loving kindness meditation, a powerful practice that can soften even the hardest of hearts. Through simple phrases and visualizations, we learn to generate feelings of love and goodwill towards ourselves and others. But compassion doesn't stop at meditation. It extends into our everyday actions. It's about being present for others in times of need, offering a helping hand without expecting anything in return. It's about seeing the humanity in everyone, even those who may have hurt us in the past. Research has shown that practicing compassion and loving kindness can have profound effects on our well-being. It reduces stress, boosts happiness, and strengthens our relationships. By cultivating these qualities, we not only improve our own lives, but also contribute to a more compassionate society. Now, let's try a simple loving kindness meditation together. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. With each inhale, imagine yourself surrounded by a warm, golden light of love. With each exhale, send that love out to the world, starting with those closest to you and expanding to include all beings. As you continue this practice, notice how your heart softens and your mind becomes more open. Notice how feelings of resentment and anger begin to dissolve, making room for compassion and understanding. This is the power of loving kindness in action. But remember, compassion isn't always easy. It requires patience, forgiveness, and a willingness to see beyond our own self-interest. It's a lifelong journey, but one that is worth embarking on for the sake of our own happiness and the happiness of others. So, as we wrap up this segment, I encourage you to incorporate compassion and loving kindness into your daily life. Whether it's through meditation, random acts of kindness, or simply being there for someone in need, know that your actions have the power to make a difference. Together, let's weave a world filled with wisdom and compassion. Lesson 7: The role of impermanence in letting go. Impermanence. It's a word that holds a world of wisdom within it. Imagine this: every single thing in this universe, including ourselves, is in a constant state of change. Nothing stays the same forever. It's like a river, ever-flowing, ever-changing. Now, why is this important when it comes to letting go of attachments? Let's dive in and find out. Think about your favorite moments in life. Maybe it's a beautiful sunset or a heartwarming hug from a loved one. Those moments are precious, aren't they? But here's the catch. They don't last forever. Just like the sunset fades into the night, our experiences, our relationships, even our own selves are subject to the law of impermanence. Now, you might be thinking, but isn't that a bit sad? Can be, yes. The realization that nothing lasts forever can stir up feelings of loss or anxiety. But here's where the magic happens. Embracing impermanence can set us free. How? By helping us loosen the grip of attachment. Picture this: you're holding onto a balloon. It's colorful, it's shiny, and it brings you joy. But if you hold on to it too tightly, what happens? It might burst. Now, imagine that balloon as your attachment to something or someone. Impermanence teaches us to hold onto things lightly, to appreciate them without clinging too tightly. When we understand that everything is impermanent, we start to let go of our expectations. We stop clinging to the way things should be and instead embrace them as they are. It's like riding a wave instead of trying to swim against it. It's a shift in perspective that can bring immense peace and freedom. Now, let's bring it back to Buddhism. The Buddha himself emphasized the importance of understanding impermanence as a key to liberation from suffering. In Buddhist teachings, it's called anicca, and it's one of the three marks of existence, along with suffering, dukkha, and non-self, anatta. Imagine your life as a beautiful tapestry, woven with threads of joy, sorrow, love, and loss. Impermanence is the needle that moves through the fabric, reminding us that each thread has its time, its place, and eventually, its end. But here's the beauty of it. Without impermanence, there would be no change, no growth, no possibility for renewal. So, how can we integrate the wisdom of impermanence into our daily lives? One way is through mindfulness practice. By bringing awareness to the present moment, we can cultivate a deeper understanding of impermanence in action. Notice the fleeting nature of sensations, emotions, and thoughts as they arise and pass away. Another powerful practice is contemplation. Take a moment each day to reflect on the impermanent nature of all things. This can be as simple as watching the sunset and acknowledging its transient beauty, or as profound as contemplating the impermanence of life itself. As we learn to embrace impermanence, we become more resilient in the face of life's ups and downs. We let go of the illusion of control and surrender to the natural flow of existence. It's like learning to dance in the rain instead of waiting for the storm to pass. In the end, impermanence is not something to be feared or avoided. It's a fundamental truth of life, a reminder to cherish each moment and hold onto it lightly. So, as you journey on the path of letting go, remember this. Embrace impermanence, and you'll find the freedom to live fully, deeply, and with an open heart. Lesson 8: Detaching from relationships and expectations. Detaching from relationships and expectations can be one of life's toughest challenges. We're wired to form connections, to invest emotionally in people and outcomes. But what happens when those connections become burdensome? When expectations lead to disappointment and suffering? That's where the wisdom of detachment comes in. Picture this. You're holding onto a balloon, its string wrapped around your fingers. But what if that balloon represents your expectations, your attachments? You're afraid to let go because you fear losing what's inside. But what if, just what if, letting go means freeing yourself to soar? Welcome back to Wisdom Woven. In this segment, we're diving deep into the delicate art of detaching from relationships and expectations, drawing insights from the profound teachings of Buddhism. So, buckle up as we unravel the secrets to finding liberation in letting go. Think about a time when you held onto a relationship too tightly, expecting it to fulfill all your needs. Maybe it was a friendship, a romantic partnership, or even a family bond. You poured your heart and soul into it, believing it would bring everlasting happiness. But here's the truth. No relationship can bear the weight of all our expectations. Relationships thrive on freedom, on allowing each person to grow and evolve independently. When we cling too tightly, we suffocate the very thing we cherish. Buddhism teaches us to cultivate a mindset of non-attachment in our relationships. It's not about loving less or caring less. It's about loving more authentically. When we release the need for control and possessiveness, we create space for genuine connection to blossom. Imagine a garden where flowers are free to sway in the breeze, their roots firmly grounded but never entangled. That's the essence of detachment in relationships, fostering love that's nurturing yet free-flowing. But what about expectations? Those sneaky little traps we set for ourselves and others. We expect people to behave a certain way, to meet our needs and fulfill our desires. And when they inevitably fall short, we're left feeling disappointed and disillusioned. It's a vicious cycle that keeps us trapped in a web of dissatisfaction. But what if we could break free from this cycle? What if we could embrace each moment without imposing our expectations onto it? Buddhist teachings offer a powerful antidote to the poison of expectations, the practice of radical acceptance. Instead of trying to control outcomes, we learn to embrace whatever arises with an open heart and mind. It's about surrendering to the flow of life, trusting that everything unfolds as it should. Picture yourself standing at the edge of a vast ocean, watching the waves ebb and flow. Each wave is unique, carrying its own rhythm and energy. Similarly, each moment in life is a precious gift, to be cherished and appreciated without attachment. Detaching from relationships and expectations doesn't mean withdrawing from the world or becoming indifferent. It's quite the opposite. It's about embracing life more fully, with a sense of lightness and freedom. When we let go of our attachments, we open ourselves to deeper connections and richer experiences. So, dear friends, as you navigate the intricate dance of relationships and expectations, remember this: true love is found in letting go, in allowing others and ourselves to be exactly as we are. Let's embark on this journey together, hand in hand, as we explore the boundless possibilities of liberation through detachment. Stay tuned for the next part of our series, where we'll delve into overcoming emotional attachments. Until then, may you find peace and joy in the practice of letting go. Thank you for joining us on Wisdom Woven, where wisdom meets compassion and transformation begins. Lesson 9: Detaching from relationships and expectations. Detaching from relationships and expectations can be one of the most challenging aspects of letting go. We often form strong attachments to people in our lives, whether it's friends, family, or romantic partners. These relationships bring us joy, love, and companionship, but they can also become sources of attachment and suffering if we cling too tightly to them. Think about the last time you felt upset because someone didn't meet your expectations. Maybe you were disappointed because a friend forgot your birthday, or a partner didn't show you enough affection. These moments of disappointment stem from our attachment to specific outcomes and behaviors from others. But what if we could learn to let go of these expectations and embrace the present moment with open arms? Imagine a world where you could love deeply and fully without fear of loss or disappointment. That's the essence of detaching from relationships and expectations. It's about finding a balance between love and letting go, between connection and freedom. Detaching from relationships doesn't mean we stop caring about others or become indifferent to their feelings. Instead, it means releasing our grip on how we think things should be and accepting them as they are. It means loving people for who they are, not who we want them to be. One way to practice detaching from relationships is through mindfulness. Mindfulness teaches us to observe our thoughts and emotions without judgment, allowing us to see our attachments more clearly. By becoming aware of our attachment patterns, we can begin to loosen their hold on us and cultivate a greater sense of inner peace. Another helpful practice is setting healthy boundaries in our relationships. Boundaries help us maintain our sense of self and protect our emotional well-being. They allow us to engage with others from a place of authenticity and respect, rather than from a place of fear or neediness. Detaching from expectations is equally important. Expectations often lead to disappointment because they create rigid ideas about how things should be. When we let go of expectations, we open ourselves up to the possibility of new experiences and connections. Instead of expecting others to fulfill our needs or make us happy, we can focus on meeting our own needs and finding happiness within ourselves. This shift in mindset empowers us to take responsibility for our own well-being and cultivate healthier, more fulfilling relationships. Detaching from relationships and expectations is a journey that requires patience, compassion, and self-awareness. It's not always easy, but the rewards are profound. As we learn to let go of attachment, we free ourselves from suffering and open our hearts to greater love and connection. So, take a moment to reflect on your own relationships and expectations. Are there areas where you're holding on too tightly? Can you practice letting go with greater ease and grace? Remember, true freedom comes from releasing our attachments and embracing the present moment with an open heart. Lesson 10: Overcoming emotional attachments. Unshackling the heart, freeing yourself from emotional bonds. In the grand symphony of human existence, emotions dance like colorful notes, weaving stories of joy, sorrow, love, and longing. Yet, amidst this beautiful cacophony, we often find ourselves ensnared by emotional attachments, chains that bind our hearts and cloud our minds. How can we break free from these invisible shackles and reclaim the serenity within? Picture this. You're standing on the edge of a cliff, gazing into the vast expanse of the ocean. The waves rise and fall, a metaphor for the ebb and flow of emotions in your life. But here's the catch. You're not merely a passive observer. You're the captain of your ship, navigating through the turbulent waters of your feelings with skill and grace. Imagine a balloon tied to your wrist, each string representing an emotional attachment weighing you down. Now, visualize releasing those strings, one by one, until the balloon soars high into the sky, unburdened by the weight of your attachments. This simple yet profound act symbolizes the essence of overcoming emotional attachments, letting go of what no longer serves you to embrace the boundless freedom of the present moment. In the realm of emotions, attachment often masquerades as love, tricking us into believing that possessiveness and control are synonymous with affection. But true love is like a gentle breeze, nourishing the soul without constraining it. It's about fostering a sense of connection while allowing the other person the space to grow and evolve independently. Now, let's delve into the practical strategies for overcoming emotional attachments. Imagine yourself as a gardener tending to the garden of your mind. Just as you prune away dead branches to allow new growth, cultivate mindfulness to recognize and release toxic emotions that hinder your personal growth. By acknowledging your feelings without judgment, you create space for healing and transformation. Consider the concept of impermanence, the understanding that all things, including emotions, are fleeting and transient. Like clouds drifting across the sky, feelings come and go, but your inner essence remains unchanged. Embrace this truth with open arms, knowing that the storms of emotions will eventually give way to the calmness of inner peace. Visualize yourself as a river flowing effortlessly downstream, unencumbered by the boulders of attachment that obstruct your path. Practice self-compassion by treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer to a dear friend. Remember, you are worthy of love and acceptance just as you are, flaws and all. As you embark on this journey of self-discovery, remember to celebrate your progress, no matter how small. Each step you take towards letting go of emotional attachments brings you closer to the essence of your being, a radiant soul unbound by the chains of worldly desires. In the tapestry of life, emotions are but threads weaving intricate patterns of experience. Embrace the full spectrum of human feelings with open arms, knowing that joy and sorrow are two sides of the same coin. By cultivating emotional resilience, you transform adversity into opportunity, paving the way for profound growth and self-realization. In the end, remember this: you are the architect of your own destiny, the master of your thoughts, and the guardian of your emotions. By letting go of attachments and embracing the flow of life, you unlock the door to infinite possibilities, where freedom and joy await you on the other side. So, take a deep breath, dear friend, and let the journey begin. Conclusion and final thoughts. Embracing freedom, the journey's end. Let's take a deep breath and reflect. You've embarked on an incredible journey, diving deep into the art of letting go. Now, as we conclude, it's time to harvest the fruits of your exploration and embrace the essence of freedom. Imagine a life unburdened by attachments, where every moment is an opportunity for growth and discovery. This is the gift that awaits you as you continue to cultivate the practice of letting go. Throughout this journey, you've learned that letting go isn't about denying your emotions or suppressing your desires. It's about acknowledging them, understanding their impermanent nature, and gently releasing your grasp. By embracing impermanence, you've unlocked the door to liberation. You've realized that everything in life is transient: the joy, the pain, the relationships, the possessions. And in this realization, you've found the key to true freedom. As you bid farewell to attachments, you welcome a newfound sense of lightness and clarity into your life. No longer bound by the chains of craving and aversion, you walk the path of liberation with grace and ease. But remember, letting go is not a one-time event. It's a lifelong practice. Just as the waves ebb and flow, so too will your attachments arise and dissipate. And that's okay. Each moment is an opportunity to return to the present, to release what no longer serves you, and to embrace the boundless possibilities of the here and now. So, as you continue your journey beyond this video, carry with you the wisdom of the ages and the insights you've gained along the way. Let them serve as guiding lights, illuminating your path and inspiring others to embark on their own quest for liberation. And remember, you are not alone. The teachings of Buddhism offer a timeless roadmap for navigating the complexities of life and finding refuge in the ever-present moment. So, my friend, as we bid adieu, let us celebrate the journey you've undertaken and the transformation that awaits. May you continue to walk the path of liberation with courage, compassion, and unwavering resolve. Thank you for joining us on this profound exploration of letting go. Until we meet again, may you be free from suffering and filled with boundless joy. Farewell, and may your journey be blessed with peace and liberation.